Oh, we're here. We are here. We are here. Welcome, 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 welcome. Always a good time to talk about something new, even if I ain't quite ready for it yet. Welcome to this good old and just like that live. Now, just because we are getting into the series a little bit late, we are not going to shortchange you on the first episode. We are going to talk about episode 1 and 2 in this live. Let us know your thoughts on this show. Have you been following it since forever? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Are you a fan of Sex in the City, or did you just jump into just like that? Just like that. We would love to know. Ashley, how are you doing? Are you feeling Carrie, Samantha? How you feeling, Naya? How you feeling?
I feel amazing. I feel good, really, really good. Glad to be here. And just like that, they messed it up, Tyra, because by the end of season 2, I was like, oh, we're finally cooking. Like, it took a season and a half for me to really get invested in who these women were, the storylines, all of that, just to come on here in season 3, get rid of Naya, the main one. I actually was like feeling and invested in her journey because she's over there with Shazza Zulu. Like, because what we're not going to do is ever play in Naya's face. So then she's not there. And then you guys are slow poking. Like, we're not getting anywhere. It's just more of the mundane, the like, if I would have seen Rosie O'Donnell make it, Tyra, I would have quit watching this show. I'm gonna just say that. I would have quit watching. Mm-hmm.
Well, I just put her on up there, but yeah, overall thoughts. Overall thoughts of I'm gonna say getting into episode 1. I myself, I did not do as much homework on the series. I am a late bloomer as far as Sex in the City is concerned. I just maybe a year or so ago watched all of Sex in the City, and I was like, oh, okay. And I watched it in preparation to hopefully talk about it, and just like that at the time. But the fanfare for it just like that was so poor. I just dropped it all together, and now we're here in season 3. This first episode, I was like, okay, because it took a while. Mind you, y'all, we binged season 1 and 2 like in a couple days. That was tragic. This episode, I was like, okay, where's Chet? Where's Shay? Where's she? Where's them? They those? Get her back. Because as much as I was complaining about how she was getting on my nerves and how cringy she was over there with Samantha, like at least something was happening. At least we had something to talk about. I just I thought in the most minimal way possible at the end of season 2, it kind of picked up. It felt like we knew where we were going with our women and our characters, and there was maybe a chance for us to get back to those Sex in the City roots. And I know that they had a lot to deal with the Fave being gone, no Samantha. We are introducing all these new characters. The abomination of season 1. Towards the middle and end of season 2, I felt like tonally we got things right. Our characters were growing. Every new addition to the cast, they weren't just there as the rainbow coalition of other friends. They actually had personality and had their own storyline. So I was like, okay, this leads us to something with the next season, even though it's plenty of stuff there that I didn't like as well. Once we got into this first episode, I was like, oh, now we're back to square one where we're acting like we don't know where to go and what to do with these characters. We gonna start here with episode 1, y'all. Say she was awful. I just wanted something, Sylvia. It's been boring. Now we lost her. Ashley sent it to me, but I guess I wasn't paying attention. But I was like, whew, you know what? It's cool on episode one, because episode two, maybe they're saving her for episode two. I was waiting so long for her to divorce that man and live in her truth. And we get it, and she's gone. Ashley, do you feel like the show thus far is suffering from a lack of Professor Nia Wallace?
Absolutely. And what I will give credit where credit is due, season one, they botched it. It was like they were trying to check off every single box for inclusion and diversity. Like that was their DEI season, right? Season one was. And it was really haphazardly done. They threw these new characters on us and we were like, okay, where do they belong? What do they do? They were just basically side dishes, right? Season two, by the middle of season two, I'm like, oh, we have lives over here. They have independent thought and they're going through their journeys. And what I really enjoyed towards the end, the latter part of season two was the fact that we were getting depictions of, I mean, while everyone's super wealthy, like that's the thing, right? We were still getting very different depictions of Anaya versus y'all know she who must not be named. I was like, these are two black women, both affluent, but both having completely different lived experiences. And I honestly gave them kudos for that because a lot of shows, especially clear shows or shows that are directed to a certain demographic, do a really bad job with black characters. And I feel like I love the diversity. I loved how they were both on different sides of the spectrum, but there was this kind of grounded continuity with them. Really, really enjoyed that. So now that Naya is gone, it pisses me off because now we just have she who must not be named over here. And Naya was free, and you saw her evolve and go through, like you said, this marriage with this guy who was clearly not her better or equal. And then we got to see her little hoe phase. I really felt like Naya was who old girl in Harlem aspired to be. Like I felt like Naya is smart. She was tenured. She was this professor, all of these things, but she was smart versus, Megan over there in Harlem. I'm sad to see her go, but I will say our sis is booked and busy. She apparently had scheduling conflicts for forever, which is already getting a season two, so she'll be over there as well. And also her show on Apple TV Newsroom. So
Mhm.
yeah, so she's booked and busy, and those are probably better opportunities for her, but I will miss her.
Yeah, I was just really getting over the hump, as well as their friendship of Miranda kind of being the white savior, and them just trying to just graduate into, okay, we're just friends and we're child cohabitating in this damn apartment and we riding them like a stallion. And girl, I can hear you on my little twin bed. I wanted to see kind of what that was going to grow into, and then it just ceased. So it is something to be missed. I do feel like if she's gone, baby, bring in somebody else. Just bring in, do something else. Because them ladies they ain't working. They're not working. But I just wanted to acknowledge her being gone, because I do think that the show is suffering just a little bit. Now, getting into this episode one, Carrie, Aiden, a cat, a castle in 5 years. First of all, what happened to the Sex in the City? Huh? One thing I can say with Naya was we was getting it, okay? Naya, the stroke was stroking, okay? It was fulfilling. A lot of the sex thus far with our ladies has been so cringy. I feel like the newer additions, they've been kind of, making up for it, Seema, doing what they can. Carrie and Miranda, baby, when Aiden said, touch yourself, I said, oh my God, are you sure? It It was so predatory. I was like, oh my, Aiden, this is so much unattractive. Aiden was so unattractive in that pickup, telling Carrie to touch her. So I just want to say that I was scared. Okay, I was like, are you sure? Do you have the right phone number? But leaving phone sex aside, Carrie, first of all, Aiden could have stayed where he was. Let me just get that established now. He could have stayed where he was. As much as I was hating on those seasons, at least it was, us having new experiences and new people, for good or bad. The moment that we even considered bringing back Aiden, I said no. No, 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 because it's never going to work. It's always going to fail. Can we please not waste time here? We are stunting Carrie. I thought we were going to get into Carrie being in her apartment, having her shoes, and kind of getting back to maybe the Carrie we know, which I thought would be well, because Carrie, early 30s is definitely not going to be Carrie that's 60 out here on the prowl as a widow trying to date. Why bring back something we have moved on from? But it's never been a thing to where I ever thought that Aiden would be a viable option to just transfer over into a real relationship. It feels like been there, done that. And then when we have the show put these obstacles in front of their relationship with the son and this incident and X, Y, and Z, there's always going to be a reason why they can't be together. And I'm sick of it. But we're getting postcards, not any messages on them, minimal contact, and the alarms going off. We're in this big ass house with this cat, and nobody to share it with. Ashley, how did you feel about this situation? Carrie, and the lacking of intimacy, the lacking of phone sex, the lacking of partnership. I'm in this house and I have Shu. I have nobody.
Well, here's the thing. She's got that cat with the mange. But so, I question that because I haven't watched Sex in the City, the original. So in my mind, hearing all that I had heard about the heartbreak and the trauma that she had caused Aiden, I was like, oh, okay, they're trying to have him get her back in some sort of way, like make her pay. It really felt to me it was very guided by the writers, that they wanted to see Aiden, I think, maybe get some justice, because, oh yeah, we got to wait till my son is grown until he turns 18. So what, 5 years? Really, Carrie? You're going to wait 5 years? I was honestly hoping with Carrie, when we saw her knocking down the producer at the podcast, I said,
Mhm.
oh, this is just her beginning. Like, I was like, okay, she's back in her old apartment. Like, she is going to be living her best life and not male centered. Like, Big, you said, was the love of your life. Apparently, he wasn't. I mean, hell, I guess you have more than one love of your life. But I really didn't think that everyone was going to be so relationship centered. With Miranda, she can't find, enough vagina. And with these ladies, aside from Charlotte, because Charlotte is married, everyone else seems seeking. Like, I want this. I want this man to kind of move me. I wanted to see Carrie move independently on her own, and then maybe just fall in love on her journey. I think it was easy for Aiden. I think they were really trying to pander to the fans, maybe, who they thought wanted to see that, but it doesn't land for me. The 5 years, I'm not doing this. I done bought Gramercy Park. I have this $2 million place with this cat with the mange. It was just really whack. And Aiden is a weirdo. To me, I feel like if you really loved Carrie the way everyone says that you loved her, other accommodations could have been made. I get it. Your son had an episode. Okay, kids are going to have episodes, but at what point do you prioritize this relationship if you wanted to? The phone sex was cringy. Him in that pickup was vile. I'm still trying to figure out why Aiden was a hot commodity, because he's not giving sex or anything to me. I'm just very like, nah.
It was I felt like he was a voyeur in that pickup truck. I was like, can we please? And the fact that she had to fake it, and this everything's just surrounding Aiden. It's like we dropped such a heavy weight with the big situation, and much of that first season was just surrounding us grieving. So now that we can kind of get back into ourselves, we lock it down again. And my thing is, Aiden was not all that involved with getting the house, the property, the selling of the. All we knew was Aiden not trying to go back into that apartment because of the history and all of these things, and we need to start anew. And she jumps out on faith and gets this space, and maybe your boys, and it's never that. It just feels like yet another thing. Well, we can't do this because of my son. And I think that this is unfair. I think that this is really, really childish, and I think that this is poor writing. We could have been doing a billion things with Carrie, and you decided to put her back with Aiden. I think this is awful. As far as how long this is going to last, hopefully not that long, because this
Yeah.
isn't conducive to good writing or a good show for us, and it's not conducive to anything good for Carrie. We're gonna get into some heartbreak. Like, what? Can we please? Can we just not do that? I'm not interested, and I hate that because Carrie is our lead. As much as Carrie got on my nerves watching Sex in the City, and I couldn't stand her character. She was interesting. She was exciting. She was gonna date a man. She was gonna be on the prowl. The shoes were gonna shoes. The outfit was gonna outfit. We were going to these nice,
She gonna dress.
it was gonna, be lively, all while looking good, and we were gonna meet a new man every, few episodes because I'm dating. I thought we were gonna do that in our 60s, and now we're here with Aiden in our face, always looking all tight around the neck. I don't know if he has some Botox or what, but it just ain't giving what I needed to give at all. But I can't wait until this is over and we can kind of move on to greener pastures because I really don't feel like Aiden is it. Now, here we have Lisa and Herbert. Oh, God. Lisa and Herbert. Another couple where I felt like we were hitting deeper plateaus with the baby situation and the loss of it all. I like when we get okay. Sex in the City is a very cavalier, kind of tongue in cheek, sometimes so not I'm not gonna say surreal, like you don't have to suspend reality, but like I said, it's only so many places where we can go what it feels like with the writing because they're so opulent and they're so rich and everybody's wealthy and we want for nothing and we're going to the Met. And it's just like we need to find a center to get to the root of some type of life experience and growth that isn't surrounding how much money they have because that can get exhausting. But we're getting into her needing to incorporate a little bit of Michelle Obama. So can you Michelle it up? Can we put Miss Obama? It's like, baby, I have these curated, these folks, the uncelebrated, black women of it all. Michelle is very, but if we want to sell it, you need to find a way to put her there for the PBS special. And then we have Herbert. He's running and he's worried about being a cool dad, trying to get the cool votes and be relatable to the general public, even though he's running for maybe the most uncool position, period. And we have this little cute moment of this man's choir in this restaurant, child. What was cute about it is when Charlotte husband stood up, baby, if you don't sit down, like sit down. But it's adorable for what it is. But I think with their dynamic, they have so much potential to be more than what they are. But it's like they keep having Nicole's character and her husband kind of take a back seat to whatever's going on. Ashley?
I think we're actually going to begin to see some stuff bubble up to the surface. They've alluded to a couple of things throughout their relationship in seasons 1 and 2, and I think we're going to reach a boiling point for them with She Who Must Not Be Named and Weird Herbert. First of all, the casting. Why him? Like, I mean, as much as you know how I feel about her in real life, him over there, it never made sense to me. It never made sense, and I just had to get that off my chest. But again, I feel like she's made compromise. She's been made to feel small by his mother, by his black wealth, his old money era, and we haven't really gotten a chance to fully dive in. We've seen minor confrontations, and I think that has to, after all these years, they have a son that's going to be a senior, so at least 18 years. Girl, there's got to be something more to this. You want to thrive. You just went through this loss. I want more from her character. And I don't know if they know how to go there with her, just based on the space that she's in. Because I'm like, okay, there's some things here that we could pull from. There's some kind of dissent that we could see. I would love to see a marriage blow up and then what reconciliation could look like for them once they get everything on the table. I just unfortunately don't think. I feel like at this point, so far this season, they're just kind of throwing them away. It's kind of a toss in. Like, we'll just add them, when we want a black space. Like when
Girl,
we want to put some blacks in here, or Charlotte has an outing. Let's
I don't
bring them
like
in.
that. I think she offers more, even if now that we don't have this would be the perfect time. It would have been. I don't know what the season has in store, but with Naya being absentee, this would have been the perfect time to really flesh her out as a character in a person. First of all, Nicole Big Fine, okay, stop covering her up. I feel like they put her with this man, even though Nicole in her 50s. I'm not sure, but she doesn't look it, so it feels like aesthetically they try to age her up to kind of like sit her over there with girl. It's black and fine. Can we please not? But every single season so far, there's been a plateau of this husband expecting her to give more, and kind of she's kind of been, the housewife on his time. Baby, if you need me there. Even in this scenario with the campaign managers, like I have my own things. You can't expect me to be there at every single little beck and call anymore. And it just always seems like his time, his assets, ventures, whatever, is kind of more important. And then he has to check himself and go, oh, you know what? I think I need to be there for my wife, but it always just kind of circles back to not being enough. So I've always kind of like been waiting for the thing, the episode, the argument, the I need more, you need to do more. It just never happens.
Mm-mm.
So I don't know. Maybe we'll get that, but they have to do something with her. She can't be Charlotte's sidekick. I thought we got beyond that after that damn first season. Like, can we
I
not
did
do that?
too. They're
The kid,
reverting. I don't know what it is. I'm like, can we just have a real honest, good old argument between you two? It's always like someone cowers down, they just gloss it over, and we move on to the next scene. Hopefully it improves.
why? Just
Just
why? A virgin, a nun, and a Mary walks into a bar. Why? Why? Just why? This nun here, this name drop, this cameo, we didn't need this. We didn't need this. Like, once again, I thought we were gonna get into Miranda just getting back. I would love to see like how it is to be first of all, Miranda's storyline should be interesting as hell. We get just about to 60, realize, you know what? I never liked you, Steve. I want me a woman. We have this sexual awakening. We're dating in a whole new era in space, but still with the mental state of maybe when we were dating in the early 90s, early 2000s. And we're trying to apply that to a woman in this womanhood. We're venturing all the way back into the workspace independently, and we're an empty nester. Like, girl, at this point, I mean, he out. I mean, he be calling, crying, or whatever, but he's out. Like, girl, they're not doing anything with her. And then when we get here and we put this virgin here, like, and then it's Rosie O'Donnell. I was like, oh, jeez, can we not? This was so cringy and so wasteful, because I knew we weren't going to see Rosie again. I knew that this was just some one off comedic. Oh my God, that was the best thing I ever had. And it's like we kept compacting. Not only am I a virgin, but I'm a nun, and this is my first time. And oh, I don't want to be the reason you walk away from the faith. And oh, she's visiting New York, so she's asking me to go to these average New Yorker places that a real New Yorker would never visit. Like, oh, Carrie, I'm screening phone calls. Like, this was dry. I really want them to figure out what the hell they want to do with Miranda, because it's not working. Ashley?
this was not on my bingo card for 2025. Seeing damn Rosie O'Donnell wrapped up in a sheet, giving the coot nanny to Miranda. Here's the thing: I had heard nothing but great things about Miranda in terms of her autonomy, her independence, her fierce focus on career and elevating. And what I've seen over these 3 seasons is a descent into madness and being a degenerate, because there's no way you almost hit on your old babysitter, Miranda. Like, she's acting like a man with a midlife crisis, and it's gross to me. I think there's a way to be free and to express yourself and to explore all of these things without being so damn cringy. She almost gives predatory. It's like everywhere she goes, she's looking for that next box that she can munch on. Like, I really need her to stop. And then the fact that they'll have her looking like the crypt keeper in most of these scenes. And for me, it's the audacity to go somebody, Miranda. Girl, girl, when Shay got up there and did her set last season, and like I was trying to figure out why I was with the heifer anyway. Exactly, Miranda. I need her to go back to the drawing board. I need her to focus on the main thing, which was apparently her getting this new position. Girl, focus on that and leave the coochie in the bars. Why is this so common? Have some damn decorum, Miranda. I don't enjoy her character at all, because I think she's capable of more, and I just want to see her outside of this crisis that she's in, because it gives desperation, it gives thirst, it gives dry coochie, it gives I don't know, it's terrible. I hate it. It gives pick me
I
woman.
it's a double edged sword, because I know I guess I would think the agenda for the show would be, that life doesn't stop after 50. I'm still a woman. I still have, a sexual prowess and appetite. They go so far and out of their way to give geriatric. I'm like, if y'all don't, can you please? Can you
Oh,
please?
you
Can you
got to do the moan, Tyra. What you call it?
Girl, that stroke she be having when she get orgasm, like, oh my god, are you dying, Miranda? We better not sit through none of them stroking out orgasm. Like, girl, I thought she was having a seizure. I didn't know what. Oh my god, are you okay? Miranda reaching her peak is some of the cringiest things I've ever seen. Like, it was so bad. It was so bad. I hope we never see that again. I thought she was stroking out. I was like, girl, you okay?
Ugh.
Somebody, call the ambulance. This I just would really like because for anybody who was fans, especially I think back in the day, I think there was a sector of fans when we get into her son and Steve, they felt like she kind of gave up the work source and the a little bit of her autonomy and so much drive she had and passion for her career, and kind of settled into this family life that she just wasn't happy with and was kind of out of character for her at the time, because some people associated that like you can still have both. Why do we have to choose? So when we get back into her having this career opportunity and where you actually have the most experience, Miranda, why wouldn't we promote you? Like, I thought we were going to jump into that and what that looks like. And I think these shows, especially when we're dating, a girlfriends, whatever, there's so much hyper focus around a relationship. They forget that women have other experiences and,
Exactly.
workplace and here and there and, motherhood. And it's just other things to touch on aside from, I'm trying to have sex. I just,
And they
I,
give us glimpses, but you're right. It is a wasted opportunity for her interacting with these Gen Zs or millennials.
Mhm.
And, they're just not taking it there. And it,
No.
it could totally be something because she gives that Aggie old lady in corporate who is just got something to say every time she comes in a room. And it's like, I want you to lean into that with these two young ladies because I think that would just be fun. And it would be more than her just chasing a relationship. Center the women, like, let's not center their relationships. I think that's fine, but center them.
I just wish you saw like the Sex in the City, because there's this whole episode where she's trying to be pushed and kind of giving these opportunities and access at work because whoever, I think a boss, somebody thought she was gay. And she went on this whole tangent about, like, don't just, diagnose me as a certain, like, just because I like to wear power suits and you rarely see me with a significant other, I'm not married, I don't have children, doesn't mean I'm gay. And then you have this Miranda come here 20 years later doing the same thing. Oh, if you're checking these boxes, you're gay. Come on, it's us. It's like, no, I'm not. I'm not
No,
that. It's just out of character. Like, I hope they fix it, but don't bring Rosie O'Donnell back to anything.
please,
I'm glad her
never,
world was rocked as a nun, but never again.
never.
Never again. I don't want to see this anymore. I don't know why. Who said we needed to have Lily? Who said that? Every single time, and it's not just Lily, it's any of the women who have children. I think we kind of dialed it back with Miranda because we needed that, I guess, with the situation with the divorce or whatever. But Lily doesn't need a storyline. Why? There has been too much Lily for my taste, and I know that the show is trying to be relatable and maybe not just. And that's what I think. I think it's trying to do too much. I would think with the audience, we're trying to get to the 30 somethings, 40 somethings, 50 somethings. No, we are gonna still, pander and try to reach out and outsource to those Gen Zs. Baby, can we not? There is no time that I ever want to spend with Lily or hear what the hell she has to say. And if we have Rock over there in the corner being the voice for everything PC and, well, actually, shut up. We already got to call you Rock. Can we just leave? Can we just leave the kids where they are? I just want the ladies. I do not want the kids. But we do have this situation here where she's in love. You don't even have to talk about that if you don't want to. I really could give a damn about Lily and whoever the hell she's meeting. And we have Uncle Anthony here. I will say the show is really trying to make an effort to make Anthony and them a real thing. Because Anthony was always kind of just arm candy, like an accessory, a purse. Oh, that's my gay friend Anthony. He was never like a full fledged character. So now we're trying to make up for that here. My issue was here we have new Italian boo checking him because he tells Carrie, "What the hell are you supposed to be doing? Just waiting around for Aiden? Well, how long? How long are you supposed to be in that castle? Are you freaking Rapunzel? Like, this doesn't make any sense. You gave up this. You have all this, like, and he's asking the questions the people want to know. And then you have the little boo there say, pipe down. Not too much, a little too much mouth. You may be alienating her. Don't do that. And we have him apologize to her later in the episode. I didn't think he had anything to apologize for. Ashley?
I didn't either. I stand Anthony. Anthony is a truth teller, and somebody needs to tell Carrie the truth because, again, just kind of coming in with this series, it seems like everyone tiptoes around Carrie. And I mean, I know it was probably continuation, but especially after Big passed, it was like, okay, let's try to handle her with kid gloves. Let's do all these things. Carrie don't have a problem telling these ladies anything. I don't know why it has to come from Anthony, but he told no lies. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? You're supposed to be having a hotation, as Issa would say, at this point, and she's just not there. I don't like Anthony's little Italian boo. I think he's gonna have to make a choice, and I mean, I know where they're going with it. I'm like, oh, is he gonna be going to Italy with his men now? What is that gonna look like? I don't know. I feel like that little Italian guy pushes boundaries. As far as Lily, I don't mind the kids, Tyra. Tyra be like, F them kids. I don't mind the kids. The only issue I ever had with Lily was like kind of the disrespectful portion. I guess the people are like, and then also, I don't want to hear about her humping or tonguing down ballet boy. I think like it's cute in moments like we'll get to in the second episode when it's related to something that our main characters are going to be a part of, like getting her into college, XYZ. But all this extemporaneous, like you're right, her own storyline, I don't need that. But I think for the family dynamic, because as I'm watching, there's definitely like this air of whimsy, especially when it comes to Charlotte and her family.
Mhm.
And how, and I think it's cute. I think it's adorable, but it's definitely for a certain demographic. I feel like they feel like the women who were watching Sex in the City back in the day are now at this age where they have 18-year-old daughters, where they have 15, 16-year-old daughters, and I think they're trying to, be relatable
Yeah.
in that aspect. As far, yeah, I don't need Lily's own storyline, but I don't mind the kids being there. I don't
Oh,
mind it.
which is should be the complete opposite. I'm a newer viewer, but from my perspective, even the moms, we were going to Sex in the City to get away from them damn kids. Now you're going to put them in our face, like it's just it doesn't flow because every single tie-in with Lily, even when you have Carrie sitting here, it's just very, oh, I remember when I used to be in love and young, and oh, like I remember when I was 20, like I don't want that, and it's always very cringy. They don't act like normal children. Privilege aside, they don't act like normal children, and I'm here for oh, and mom, she's not sex positive like you, and mom, they're like it's disrespect. They're aggy, they're annoying, they are annoying ass kids. Maybe if they weren't so annoying, I wouldn't mind them being here, but the fact that they are and we spend too much time with them, it just easily transfers into like a CW show. A lot of Sex in the City was sex. It was having fun. It was man. It was dinner. It was parties. It was opulent. It was, a little boundary pushing with the subject matter sometime. A whole lot of problematic things that, wouldn't go now. But nobody was ever coming to Sex in the City to see no damn kids. Get them kids out of here. Please. I don't want to see them anymore. Like, and the more time we're spending with them is less time that we're spending with the actual ladies that I thought we were here to see. All right. Speaking of that, Charlotte in this whimsical place that she's in. Now, Charlotte was always, the pure-hearted, hopeless romantic, foot pop. Someday my prince will come. She's always been that, but I don't know. We're taking these really obsolete moments for me and we're stretching them out throughout the entire episodes. And then we have Lisa there as the little flunky sidekick. It looks dopey. It looks like Dumb and Dumber. It looks like, there's something about Mary, like kooky 90s, early 2000s. Like I don't we don't we I understand this moment. I can appreciate a situation with the dog. Child, if you have a dog, if you got a phone, you see these moments where put your dog on a leash, dog's off the leash. You see these incidents occur, and now you have Butcher just being slandered. And it wasn't even Butcher. It wasn't my baby. My dog, yeah, whatever. We don't need an entire episode for this. If it's a moment, cute. Do we need Charlotte running around with Butcher? Hell no, we won't go get my dog off the list and I ain't paying for nothing because it wasn't my baby. No, it seems it's childish. And I'm like, well, is there really nothing else to do? I thought, just like with Miranda, the moment that Charlotte stood up and said, all y'all can go to hell. I was something before I was your wife, before I was your mother, before I was this dog owner. I was a whole person. I'm going to get back to myself and my career. I want to get there. I thought that once it was what you should stand on. If you give so much of yourself and you're a mother for so long and you're devoted and you're a wife, baby, Charlotte has grown. Charlotte has stood 10 toes down and said, I ain't never giving head because I don't want to. And then we saw her over there on her knees in there with Harry with all that work. And I do love how sex positive Charlotte is and how she's come a long way in that regard because she was always a little iffy about that and what she would and wouldn't do. So she's grown so much as a woman. And then when we put her back into the art space, it was like she was finding some autonomy outside of her children. We could be over there having job, art, whatever problems, but we're here with Butcher. I don't want to be here with Butcher. Ashley?
I thought the Mr. Burton situation was hilarious. Just because, whatever. But it was dragged out. I will give you that. It was very much dragged. She who must not be named was definitely, sidekick. Let me help you through this, Charlotte. Like we'll get through this together. I mean, ultimately in the episode, we did get her, having this moment of like, I was somebody before I was your mom. I was somebody before I was your wife. You know what I mean? And maybe tapping back into that. And I could appreciate that. But yeah, I mean, honestly, we don't need to spend the whole hour going back and forth with you and this dog in your mission to vindicate him. I thought that this was just her character. I don't know, based on what I had heard about her, I thought maybe this was just a part of the kind of goofy things that happened to her in life and this is what she, did. I was like,
In the
okay.
in the friends group, Charlotte was, maybe more so, I guess, what you would call a prude, but she was also at times like the voice of reason, and she would be the one. Like if we had this Aiden situation, Miranda might be the one. Hell no. While we over here with Aiden, haven't we been there and done that? Leave it alone. And then you may have Charlotte. Oh, but he's like kind of what you saw. Like, oh, a postcard. Well, it's an effort. He tried. Oh, you guys are gonna have beautiful babies one day and grow. Like, girl, we too old for that, Charlotte. How long are you gonna hold on to that fantasy? But now it just feels like we're regressing Charlotte and doing these frivolous, non-essential things just to pass time because we don't know what to do with her. When there's a whole story arc of what to do with her. That little moment that we got of her going back to work, it could have stretched out with them extra dependent ass children she has that act like they can't function in the space without her, but at the same time, I don't even want you around, mom. You're ruining the vibe. Like all of that privilege, I wanted to have that contingency of, well, hell, where's mom? She's not at our beck and call like she normally is, even with Harry, because she's back in the workspace. And then we just take that and put this damn dog in my face. I don't care. I don't want to see this again. And I don't want to see too many more episodes of Lisa being a little sidekick flunky. Now, we got this second episode. Now, going into the second episode, I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe the first episode was just a warm up. Okay, you know what? Let me just give them a little room to breathe because we went somewhere by the end of season 2. Maybe this is gonna be better. It was worse. It was even more boring. I didn't like too much of anything about this episode. Even in the sense of a sitcom, I would think that the objective is to progress the storylines in some way. We're not doing anything consequential. It's very lighthearted. I never thought I would see the day where hell, Sex in the City could and just like that could be on the CW. We need to just go on the CW, gone over there on regular television because we're doing nothing. we're doing nothing with anybody. But I put Anthony here because he brought a store. He got his own, restaurant, store, whatever, front and the thing. And
Bricks and mortar.
yeah. But yeah, I don't care about that. But what were your overall thoughts of this second episode?
I could give a damn. This was like a mirage in the desert. It was just so fleeting and unessential. And again, I think it's way too early to have a filler episode. And I can't even call it a filler episode because literally nothing happened. It was just kind of like, let's just hold space. We got to give them this many episodes. So we're just going to throw something up there, throw something there together. It was boring as hell. I was definitely scrolling through this. And it definitely is. Again, season 2 to me was a market improvement over season 1, but it still was kind of slow building. I don't feel like season 2 picked up till like episode 5, maybe. Over here, it's like even slower. And I don't even know how that's remotely possible. But yeah, episode 2 was boring as hell. I hated it.
I don't know. Actually, I swear, whenever you take out the time to watch Sex in the City, you're gonna go, oh, so this is why you guys like the show. Because it's not here. It's not here. It's not present at all. Every single character here in translation to Sex in the City, they are a shell of them former selves. And it seems like they don't know how to transfer who they were then to the ages that they are now. We're just kind of turning them into brand new people, and it just does not make sense. I don't know. Charlotte is a lot of things, but she does have depth. All of them have some form of depth and really character traits that makes them who they are. And they're just not present. We're just doing other crap. But wasting time with Carrie and her sitting with the little Gen Zer at the bar who she gave her apartment to. I don't even know the girl name. Little jewelry maker. We start with, I guess, what we're getting back to in this whole episode, and I guess what we're gonna work our way up to in this whole series, us getting back to Carrie. Like, don't forget yourself. I want you, I know how much you love that apartment. I'm gonna give you some jewelry surrounding that apartment, and even just the conversation. Oh, dating must have been so easy, in your time. You had it good. Like, I'm struggling, and. Meanwhile, Carrie is suffering on the inside because we're waiting and counting, about to throw down her hair like Rapunzel, just waiting for Aiden to hopefully hit her up. But we give her this necklace, and even where we end up towards the end of the episode, it's just very like, maybe you need to be focusing, and remembering yourself, who you were, who you are now, and what you want for your future self. You don't have to give up all of this, yourself, your apartment, your time, just for Aiden. Everything is on Aiden's time. What about you, Carrie? But remember who you are, even if you have to wear it around your damn neck. What did you think about this moment in her
Carrie's
getting?
too damn old to forget who she is. I mean, I just like, come on, Carrie. I mean, body tea, outfits tea, the Gramercy place is beautiful. Throw yourself into decorating that and getting that where you need to be. I don't know why we'd ever be pressed on Aiden. Girl, you snatch still, like I said, body tea, looks are everything. Like, the fashions. I mean, I don't know. And I'm like, is she gonna be mentoring this little young jewelry designer, the little neighbor from
Can we not?
4B?
She
I
can't act.
I mean, it's giving like, oh yeah, I just I would want more for her at this point, at this big advanced age. Are they not the same writers? Because I would think if people
No,
were
it's the same.
writing back,
It's the
if
same.
they
I
were
know
writing back
it's
then, they've grown too and matured, and I would have thought their writing would have grown and matured as far as these characters are concerned. It's very disappointing because, like I said, after Big died, I feel like that is like a year that she should have just spent exploring, finding out who she was again outside of the marriage and not getting canoodled back up with this random ex who clearly has his own life elsewhere. I think it's a setup for failure. I don't know if she self-sabotages or whatever, but it definitely gives that this is a setup for failure. I don't know if she's going to cheat on him, or what's going to happen, but this is a recipe for disaster.
Ashley. Can we not go back to us cheating on Aiden? Can we please not make that a thing? I'm hoping that we're getting back into her realizing. Maybe I did jump too quickly because I don't know how many episodes we were removed from Big's death too. Was Big's, was getting married to Big a big mistake? Was it supposed to be Aiden all along? Girl, I'm not gonna play with you. We were there. We saw you in Big. We saw how you were treating Aiden and what you did and didn't want and what you decided to do. Can we please not do that crap right now? And she's second guessing everything. But maybe the sensible decision wasn't, to jump right back into a comfortable thing and just realize that, you know what, I do want to date, I do want to explore, or maybe I just want to be by myself, and that's okay. I'm hoping we get there. Please don't cheat on Aiden with this man that we met this
With the
episode.
gardener, you know
Girl,
what? That's what's gonna happen.
please. But I just want to see Aiden the hell out of here. Can he please go? Every time he show up with them damn shirts and them buttons, I just I don't like it. We have her here with such a dilemma in their relationship, thinking that from how he's acted with her, the lack of communication, I can't even text this man and go, hey, I'm trying to type and have my moment outside as a writer, and it's a goes, oh, what the hell are these rats come? This is alarming. There's a swarm of rats come by and run past her from her feet. And she's texting and then she deletes it immediately. And it's just like, well, I didn't even know if I could because you said you need, there is a fine line between, oh, well, okay, well, I can't do the phone sex because Wyatt. You, first of all, it's freaking unhealthy to think that you need to keep tabs and watch your son from committing whatever at all times. You can't do that, Aiden. That we have it's a bigger issue to deal with, the fact that you feel like he can't be alone. The only reason I'm here is because, well, he's with the mom and the family. So now this is you can't do that. And that's not something it seems like he's dealing with. And it kind of feels like he's spiraling also. He's in the trunk and, well, I don't want, after that, I don't, there's no beer in the house because I'm just drinking. You cannot do that. And Carrie isn't, calling it out or saying anything. She's just waiting. And I'm like, how long are you supposed to wait? She looks depressed. And I can't, well, I sent him the table and he gave me a thumbs down. I guess I'll just, ma'am, this isn't conducive to a good relationship or good TV. I just want good TV. And this is not it. I think the quicker we end things with Aiden, the better, so we can get back to, and just like that, I'm dating again. Girl, hurry up.
Yeah. Because, I mean, at this point, if you're already faking orgasms during sexting or phone sex, girl, it's already a wrap. Like, what are we doing here? The rats are probably a metaphor for her life. She needs to clean it out, fumigate, cut everything out from the roots and start over because it's not giving. Again, I really feel like if this man is so deep and was so in love with you, girl, there wouldn't be a mountain, a valley, a plain that would keep him from you. That child has a mother, all right, and all kinds of family members. Not saying Aiden had to move completely, but I would think he would because she says this is our place. She kept saying, I'm getting our Gramercy together. I'm getting our, and I'm like, did he put in on this man? Does Aiden have money like
Yes,
that
he
anyway?
got
Like,
money. Aiden got money.
okay, because I'm like, did you go halfsies?
No,
On
I
the
doubt
townhome? And why
it.
didn't they check? I would have thought in New York they would have checked for rats because that's like a thing. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I really agree. I honestly think that this needs to end. Carrie really just needs to get a grip at this point. I think she probably is feeling guilt for, I guess, how she did him all of these years ago. But at some point, girl, you got to realize you are 56, 57 years old, girl. I mean, you really want to waste 5 years of your life not even being able to call or text this man when you want to? Like, long distance relationships are a whole different beast. And like I said, if she's already lying and faking things, girl, go on and end it now. Go
What?
on and have a real talk with him.
Text me. What gave you that idea? Of course you can text me. Well, I don't know because you said, well, what are we doing? Well, I'm just kind of figuring it out myself. I don't know what we're doing or where we're going. But you knew enough to say that, 5 years. 5 years, Kira's gonna go by like, oh, you didn't even see it because it went by like that. And it was just 5 years. Like, what the what are you talking about, Aiden? If you don't like me, just say that. If you still mad at me, just say that. There is a way to do your due and diligence as a father and be there for your son and still be a supportive whatever the hell you are to Carrie. And the fact that he is just completely beelining her in their relationship says a whole lot as far as where his concern is. If you want to be that, go over there and be that with your son. But 60, I'm not going to be waiting around for you to be 65 when it go by like that, and then you can Because how wherever Wyatt is now, it's just going to magically disappear in 5 years. And he's no, if it's not Wyatt, it's going to be something else because it's Aiden. And I just need them to get this over with. And I can't believe she threw these cute shoes in the trash can because some rats ran by. Tripping with yourself.
Now, she better than me because I'd have been ready to put it on the market. Because what are we doing?
Girl, between this and that first episode, her falling and she couldn't get up, and the AARP of it all, I was like,
Mhm.
Carrie, if you don't stop playing with me, if you don't stop playing, but we'll see what happens with that. Once again, get these kids out my face. If I never see these kids again, it'll be too soon. If I never see them tagging along, like y'all gonna give us another cringy moment of the little what they had the hot milf list, and we had the teenager walk by and they was pandering like some hot heated old hoes. What else are you guys gonna do, huh? I just take us out to school. We don't need y'all to visit it. This whole situation, the college admissions rep, and they can help. And is that legal? And well, if she's doing that, then maybe she needs to get our kids. And we spend the whole episode, contacting her and get and then we have them hyperventilate and lose their goddamn minds because she said X, Y, and Z and why this isn't going to work on your college applications. Please take it to the CW. Take it somewhere else. Take it to what's it? Freeform? Take it over there. Cause I don't want it. Hell, take it to Prime. I don't want it over here in these sexy streets. We're supposed to be sexy. We're supposed to be laying it low, spreading it wide. We're supposed to be dating. We're supposed to be married. We're supposed to be, hey, this is even if it was just we're incorporating the kids as even in our older age because we are Charlotte is the one that's happily married. We still have to make time for Harry. I still need to make time for us and our relationship and the things that we like to do and what keeps us like spicy. Like even that moment where I told you she was about to whip it out, like when ain't nobody around. Let's go on and get her done. Like keep do something. This inconsequential thing is the same thing with the dog. It's just something that I don't feel like we need. Her catching her with a long embrace and kissing the boy. Oh my God, Mom, it was just about to happen and now you ruined it. Lily, shut up. Go to hell, Lily. Go move out. Ain't it time for you to go? When you gonna go to college and go away? When these kids leaving? Okay? All the kids can just go and I never have to see them again. All of them. Ashley.
Tyra, please. This is where I felt like the kids fit. I was like, this is
Ooh.
something Charlotte would do. Be really concerned about Lily going to college and do some questionable things to get her in there. I actually thought that this was actually an appropriate time for the kids, and I could see it. The only thing I didn't like about it is this Starsky and Hutch situation. Like, why do y'all have to do everything together? Like, why is this? You're the tea to my pot, you're the peanut butter to my jelly. That's the only part that bothered me about it. But I could see people of wealth, right, whose kids it's about that time. I can see them making these types of moves. Again, did it push the narrative forward? Absolutely not. Because at this point, after season episode 2, I have no clue where the story is going. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. And I guess, like I said, they just needed something to fill in the gaps and they wanted this storyline. That's all I can think of that.
No, no, we didn't need her breathing into the bag. Oh my God, I should. This is it's the tone of the show. The show has always had this kooky, off cure feel, but it was always fun and refreshing, and it still remained like grounded for me. This is just out there, and it's too like lackadaisical and on the kiddish side for me to want it here in the show. This with Lily, this is a different show. I don't care if they're older and their parents now. Lily can be where she's always been, in the back.
Well, let me
Whatever.
ask this. Let me ask this because it is a different show. This isn't Sex in the City, right? So what was the original premise or point to And Just Like That? Because it does seem like they were trying to, I don't know, I can't use elevate because y'all say Sex in the City is way superior. But maybe they were trying to capture something a little bit different in this series. But
No,
I
no.
don't know.
It just because it's just not like even I can say even though they're movies when they got into trying to incorporate the children though they were younger they don't have they're young but it was still like the center, like where you may have like, oh, okay, well, we need a new babysitter for Lily and them, and the babysitter has the biggest, perkiest titties ever. I don't want this heifer around my husband. Find an old maiden. Those are old maiden shoes to babysit the kids because you will not be in here tempting Harry. Like something like that. We don't need them to ever be the core of anything. And it seems like every single time that Lily or Harry, if they're the core, then they take a back seat as mothers and parents, and they just have the floor. It's never just kind of playing the background. It's a little too much, and it's intrusive to me. I don't need you here breathing into a goddamn bag. Dane, we will not be starting over. We will not be starting over, Dane, but welcome to the chat and thank you so much for being here. You know I'm always happy to see you, but we will not be starting over. Yeah, you just have to see the show. Like it's so good in I that's the main thing I commend Sex in the City for, because it took me, some time to like, oh, okay, I guess I'll sit and watch it. I was like, I really enjoy the tone of this show and the pacing. It's a little quick, little cute 30 minutes, and it just seems like we get exactly what we need, and it's great. It's never too much. It's just the right tone of drama and comedic like pace. It's just it's something like chew on. It's cute and it's very satisfying. This is an hour, and
It's
you
an hour
feel you feel it. And it's
every
just
second.
like there weren't too many moments where it was like, well, there's nothing going on Sex in the City. I'm gonna go on and scroll on this phone. No, you're interested and you're invested, because even though it may be just as dramatic and over the top as this scene, it was still involving the ladies, so it was, top tier, and all of these adult themed things where it's just it's kiddie. And I don't come here for kids. I don't like the CW. Don't bring it here on this show. I just this is just it just turns into another show for me when we have these kids. And I don't think just because they're moms now, we have to center them doing this. It turns into adventures in babysitting. And as much as I love it, I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear. Uh, Shall Miranda here, reality TV and cringe. Miranda's doing nothing. So since we took away the love of her life, this is the best sex I ever had in my sexual awakening. And Che, I'm gonna follow you to the moon and back. Now that that's over and we don't have her running around like a love struck sick teenager who doesn't know herself or her own damn mind, autonomy, and body, and we have her kind of obsessing over this reality TV show and this island. And I thought when she saw the phone and she saw how much they were into it, the Gen Zers who work, underneath her, where they were feeling that plex of, oh, you just stepped in here and you got this job. I thought that she was going to take that and have the light bulb of, oh, okay, let me become a little bit more relatable and kind of get into it. And maybe that'll be my window to, be more work centered and not be the outcast who came in here as an older, more experienced woman and took the job and the position. No, she's just watching it and bringing it up haphazardly, and the ladies are like, ugh, like grow up. And it's like, well, no, it's actually really, really good. It's the car accident you can't look away from. It's just, oh my god, she's doing nothing. She has nothing to do. We try to kind of sort of introduce her a love interest in this episode. We have her have the cringy moment in the restaurant with the salt and pepper girl, the margarita girl, the whatever, the restaurant that she can never go back to, just because we happen to watch and enjoy the same reality show. So, girl, you trying to get drinks later? You know you look good. Like, girl, I'm married with children. Okay, my bad. I can never come back here again. We have that, and then we have this the BBC lady, whoever the hell the lady is, that's coming in, and maybe there's some chemistry there. I just don't care. They're not doing anything interesting with her, and I need them to figure it out real soon. Ashley?
Yeah, we met that lady from work, I think last season for like a
Yeah.
moment, and I was like, oh, okay, this is gonna be her person. But yeah, no, even when she's looking at the young girls watching it, it was like this air of judgment, like, oh, that's stupid. That's for
Yeah.
brain dead, whatever. And it's like, oh, really? Is that who you are, Miranda? Like, girl, they already don't like you. They already can't stand you. They already hate your stinking guts, Miranda. Do better. in the workhouse. But then when we're at the restaurant again, it gets predatory. Because what about that young lady made you feel like she wanted some of this old cougar cat? What made you get it in your mind that she wanted some of that saggy cooch? I don't understand. Um, Miranda, she's just one of my least favorite characters. I feel like in her old age, she is fully run by her emotions and her libido, and I think it's gross at this age. Like I said, I get exploration and trying to figure things out because you've been in this confined or stifled whatever all your life, but girl, not don't everybody want you. Like, cuz first of all, how do you even have the courage and the gumption to approach someone like just looking how you looking, Miranda? But it's
How's she looking, Ashley?
like the crypt keeper. Like, look at that picture on the left that you have in that suit. That's a diabolical picture that you pulled for this, Tyra. I just want you to know. Because
Pictures.
all I can do is think about it. Like she looks like she's on a horror
Not
movie.
one picture here is like a screenshot because I'll go find these are press pictures.
You're not gonna judge me because I know y'all see it in the chat as well. Like all I can see in that lopsided haircut. I'm like, why does she have an asymmetrical in 2025? But again, Miranda, I just need something to happen with her character because she's been, and then even in the earlier seasons, it was still, I'm just so willy nilly. You know what I mean? Like this day I'm this way, this other day. Well, I can be there. I can show up, but I really want to do this, or let me put this great opportunity on hold so I can chase Shay to the West Coast. I just want her to have some chutzpah that y'all say she used to have.
She did. They did a disservice to her character. I don't know why they chose her. I think Che and if they were going to be a main character, that would have been the sole person who needed to explore different parts of their sexuality because Che was real excited to get it in with the husband and the whole nine and all of that and the non-binary, all of that. It was all of that in a bubble. I don't know why we decided to like do character assassination so heavily with Miranda all the way to jumping to uh her exploring a different side of her sexuality. I feel like it's a disservice. She used to be about so many other things, but it's like they don't know what to do with her outside of that. So we need to make her, trying to find other lesbians and alike and non-binary and see I'm making progress in my sexuality. I'm talking to, I'm spitting game. I'm putting myself out there. I wasn't doing that last season. Yeah, we don't care. And it's weird. It's weird. And then every single time she's getting shot down, like pow pow, she's getting shot down every
It's
time.
embarrassing.
And I'm just like, y'all took Miranda. We took Steve away and did that with the marriage for this. That's what we did. We took Steve and his hearing aid away for this.
If I could be
Yeah.
honest, listening to Steve sound like a cartoon character would have driven me over the fence. I couldn't. Oh, hey Miranda, how you doing, guy? Let's party. Like his voice
Itchy and
just
scratchy.
literally
Why you sound like that? That was very, very Simpsons, very Sideshow Bob.
that's what he gave. That's what his voice sounds like. I'm like, does he do voiceovers? Like that's what he should be doing, not over it. Miranda, come
No,
over, Miranda.
no, that's the
Let's hang
thing
out.
that I think that's also what's missing from the show, and I'm hoping that we get it later on. But the men in the show used to be just as essential as the women, even though they weren't, the main characters. It was always going to give character energy for the ladies. The men, the Steves, the Bigs, the Aidens, they were equally as important. They're bringing on these nothing as just one off. See this man, never gonna see him again. Like, and then he used to be like guest stars. Like somebody just put in the chat, like, where's Blair Underwood? Like you used to see people like, oh, okay, like, ooh, who's gonna be the love interest? It was a thing because it used to always be somebody who was well known. It was a part of, a moment of pop culture, like, ooh, this is Carrie's boyfriend for, however many episodes this season. This is cute. Okay, Detective Stabler. Like it's you were just gonna see them. There's nobody here. I'm like, did y'all run out of money? Y'all clearly didn't because y'all keep producing seasons. Where are the men? Where is the interest? Like even in the husbands, like we don't know nothing or care nothing about Herbert or like the husbands are not
Mhm.
playing any type of role, and they're not attractive. Nobody's
And I was so sad. I was so sad when you said that Steve actually used to have a personality and a
he
backbone
was
because
girl.
he gave, she's my wife and I'm gonna stand beside her no matter what she decides to do. I'm never taking this ring off. I was like, has he always been so docile? It was
No,
really odd.
they worked because Miranda had so much damn mouth and personality. And the first time they met, it was like, well, hold on, can you talk to me like this? Like, hell yeah, I can talk. Like, who gonna check me, boo? Because she was very that like strong minded, strong willed, strong woman. And it was like, oh, he may be somebody who can kind of deal with that and tame that, where it may be intimidating with some, even though at the time Steve didn't have, much of nothing, and we were the bartender and child, it was a lot with Steve. It was giving bum, but the bum with potential, and he was laying
Okay.
pipe. I don't know what's happening. I don't know. She act like Steve ain't never rocked her world or nothing. I don't
Mm-mm.
know. I don't know. It's too much. It's too much. I just hope that they figure out what they want to do with her soon, or
Please.
it doesn't have to be like Miranda can't have a life or a story arc unless she has a love interest. We can do other things with her. I don't know. But we have Seema here. Seema, not the stem love interest. Seema has so much potential. Seema has so much potential, just like Lisa, to be a really great character. And it's like we are stopping. I think they're stuck in a gray area with her because I think out of all of the new additions, Seema was here like, oh, okay, Kim Cattrall said bye. We got to replace that type of energy. And maybe she was supposed to be the one coming through to kind of fulfill that. And it's not quite that. I do love that she's not, like some Samantha clone or anything. That would have like been really distasteful. But she has the potential to do the most with, as far as the new additions and I guess the friendships that were formed, because everybody got a minority on the show. You get a minority, you get a minority, everybody gets a minority friend. Yeah. She's the one I believe the most with Carrie. I buy their bond and their relationship. And for us to spin this whole situation, first of all, I ain't even mentioned that man and her. I'm not a Cool Ranch Dorito and water in a van type of girl. That whole situation, that was nothing in the director, that was very playful, and I really thought that we were going to go to bouts with that man, with Ravi. And we were going to see her kind of embark, because it seems like last season she let her guard down a little bit, and it was like, this is worth me waiting for. It has potential. Even though I'm not dropping anything to follow you all the way to Egypt, I could try. And immediately in the first episode, we drop it, and he's gone. And yeah, this is going to work for me. And now we have her here with this matchmaker, though funny because she was clocking her real bad. And it's very, how are you ever going to expect anything to work if you're so guarded? And I'm picking the wine. This wine is tired. The tiramisu's tired. Your tie is tired. Yeah, get the hell out of my face. Bring me the check, garçon. Uh, it feels like there's nowhere to go with her. And I'm like, are we waiting for some big reveal of a man? Like, I'm gonna whip it out and tame you. I'm gonna have to whip it out and tame you, girl. Are we waiting on that man? And it's just like, oh, I can kind of be set for this. He's matching my energy. Like, what are we waiting for to have her progress into a real full fledged character? Because it's not happening. Ashley?
Yeah, I don't care for Seema. I too was like, okay, I like her as a friend for Carrie season one. But whenever Aiden resurfaced and there was this dynamic of,
Yeah.
Carrie, you have this love of your life, but I'll never have that, or I'm kind of wrapping my head around the fact that I may never have that love, so I can't really be as close to you as I was before. I was like, Seema, go to hell. Seema, Seema is old and insecure and shaped by her clearly weird upbringing because uh, I don't know. And I think her character could work. However, she just has this desire. As much as she says it may never happen, you can tell that she really wants love. She really wants the love of her life. She really still wants that to come. And I think all of this bravado is like a guard. The controlling thing, oh, I go on dates like this. Oh, he looked at my boobs, so I got up and I left. Oh, no, I knew immediately you're not it. Oh, I know what you're going to do. You're going to do this. So how about I just buy these $30 drinks and whatever. I did, like I said, I thought she was a good friend to Carrie initially, but after that whole thing, I was like, Seema is for Seema, is for Seema. And if they lean into that, I'd almost be here for that. Maybe she just really is not a decent person and she'll turn out being a bad friend to Carrie. I'm here for the dynamic of that. You know what I mean? But I don't know if they were trying to make her Samantha. From what I heard, Samantha was self-assured. She walked in like she owned every room. She was content with the idea. If she had a man, fine. If she didn't, as far as a relationship, that was fine. Seema gives this is really what she wants, needs, and desires. Hence, her actually trying the matchmaker. Girl, you want to be chose. Just say that. Like, just
I don't
say
like
that.
I don't like that. I really didn't like that moment with well, you have Aiden now, so yeah, girl, going to the beach house wear or the vacation wear. I really got to back off you as a friend. And it was like, well, no, forgive her. We're gonna fix it in one breath, in the same breath, in this one episode, and she's gonna come to the dinner. So we're gonna act like that didn't happen. That was like what my thing is with Samantha. There was always maybe in the end the potential of forever a bachelorette type energy. And I thought that we were going to get that with Seema. And we kind of have her stuck in the in between. You're giving off energy like you could be damned. Now, I want to be forever. Like, I don't have time. Let me have my way, have a good time. Do I want to date? Sure. Do I maybe want to have little short term situations, but never anything to where I'm hyper fixated or focused on just a relationship? Because personally, that's not just me. I'm going to lead with my wallet, my money, my animal print, and my metallics. That's fine, but you can't have her kind of seething and looking at her empty bed and, well, why can't I ever, like, if we're going to have that and not want to go in the other bachelorette for life area, then have her have a moment where it's like, well, the pastels and the pearls, they're not me. And well, he just went to the bathroom. Well, no, no, baby, he's gone. He's out of here. We turned him off. And have her talk to the matchmaker. Okay, well, maybe we can meet in the middle. I do really want somebody, but I can't just retreat everything about myself. I still want to be myself, but I can do a little give and take. I am however old and it hasn't worked for me yet, so why not try it? No, we chop the foot off, right? And we keep having these moments in the show where we start something and end it in the exact same episode. Like, there's never like anywhere to
Let it breathe.
go. So I'm just waiting. Maybe some big strapping man is gonna come along and Seema gonna Seema down. I don't know.
I
But
mean, and
she
I like Mississippi Masala. I know y'all saying she looks very old. She looks good to me. I mean, I remember over there with Denzel in Mississippi, but yeah, I just want a clearer direction for her because I think when you arrive at a certain age, there should be this ability or this self-awareness, right? Like I know what I'm saying. I know who I am. I know how I present, but this is still something that I want. And I
mm,
think that pride is just such a dangerous thing. Because let that matchmaker have what she say. Yeah, and all the people who left before who ran out on me, they're still single, sis.
stay single.
Like still single. So if this is what you want, open yourself up, Seema, and maybe that'll be the arc, and maybe that'll be the growth in her character. Maybe she
I
will
thought
come to
we
some
did that
self awareness.
last season.
I don't know, girl. I don't
I
know.
thought it was last season. It's like we threw the situation with Robbie on the ground immediately, in the opening of this season. So what was it all for? Us opening ourselves up and putting our pride to the side. Like it's just weird. It's just weird. I don't know. I just hope we do something with them because there's potential here for everybody, but mainly the newer people because y'all know what to do with Miranda and them. Y'all just choosing not to do it. But getting here into this Gardner, need to put a battery in my mouse. Getting here into this Gardner, first of all, this Tom Hardy looking like I always say, I'll be like, oh, it's Tom Hardy. It's never Tom Hardy. It's Logan Marshall. I knew he was somebody though. I was like, okay, we're getting back to some Sex and the City energy. It's a new love interest. Clearly, it's a notable actor. It's a face. It's a name that we know. Okay, he's a real New Yorker, born and raised. Like, oh, Aiden, Virginia Ware, because Aiden was never that. I can see something peaking here. Didn't give, a whole lot. It was very literal where, what do you want, Carrie? What do you see for yourself? What do you want to put in this backyard? Well, honestly, I don't know. I really liked everything the way it was. Oh my God, can y'all please? Who wrote that? I really liked everything the way that it was, but now that it's all gone and we have to lay a new foundation, I don't know which way to go. I'm still figuring things out. Like, oh, it's so literal in the conversation. Baby, we know what you're here for. Take off those pants. But it's something. It's somebody. Like, I'm just happy that we have a lifeline to Carrie getting beyond all things Aiden and maybe saying, hey, looking kind of good out there in that garden. Clearly, it's something that he's going to have to be working on long term. He's a real New Yorker. He has a different type of energy, and he's going to bring something different that Aiden isn't able to bring. And most importantly, he's probably going to be there on a regular basis while Aiden is hovering over the phone in such a stalker manner, asking for phone sex. I don't know. But, Ashley, what do you think about Adam the gardener?
I mean, Adam, he's gonna be her mountain man. Do you want to? I think you need to dig me out. I think you need to pull out that big shovel and go to work, Adam the gardener. I mean, and she's in her writing space again.
Oh,
This is definitely going to be either a close call or definitely a cheat on Aiden situation. Otherwise, why else would you introduce this hulking young lad who is a landscape architect, gardener, whatever, to reinvent you, to plant seeds, if you will. I think she needs a little some kind of infusion of something, like, girl, to let her know maybe she's still that girl. Maybe she's had a waning confidence. We haven't really dove into that, what life looks like after losing your spouse. Like, she kind of grieved a little bit here and there. Then we fast forwarded and it was like, Carrie, who is Carrie now outside of Big? Who is Carrie now as a single woman without any man? Who is Carrie now doing X, Y, or Z? And I really don't feel like they've done justice. I'm glad they didn't stay right at Big's death, but I want to see her evolution. Like, girl, do something, move forward. I think that Aiden is such a place of comfortability and almost like a place that she got stuck at years ago. And that's why I think all of these characters honestly feel like they're regressing in that way, because he's reminding you of a better time, of a time that you felt like you were at your peak. I want to see you at your peak now. Like, I want to see better days ahead, and maybe the gardener will come in and give her, invigorate her, maybe. Because listen, we need something over here. At least take your shoulder off, sir. Do something down there.
and that's the thing. Carrie was gonna keep a man. There was gonna be a man. There was gonna be some sex. Carrie was living her best life in her favorite shoes. So much to the point that, girl, we weren't even clocking no dollars or saving like we were supposed to do as a responsible adult, making sure things were okay because we were always living our best life with all type of facets of man. Like, I ain't got no type was Carrie. Carrie was just there. Everybody, first of all, everybody was on Carrie's D in New York. Everybody thought Carrie was so fine. So there was that. She was never in need for that. And I don't think much would be, would have changed now. It's just like she's hiding from the world and she's just here. And if I want to step out a little bit, I just want us to be done with Aiden and just get into that. I do like that he appears to be younger. I like the beard, the situation, the scruff. If it gives us the action, even though I'm tired of it, girl, cheat on Aiden. Just come on. Let's, beat a dead horse and cheat on Aiden again if that's where we're gonna go. Like, at this point, just do something. Okay. I don't know. I just don't know. Or maybe he's just a window to know that, life doesn't stop after, Big's death, and I don't have to just automatically get comfortable with Aiden. Maybe I need to get back out there. Maybe he's just that. Maybe it is just a close call, but just give us something, Lord, please, because I just can't take too much more of touch yourself. Oh my God, no, Aiden, Jesus, no. But we'll see. We'll see where this goes. I'm glad there's potential. Any predictions for the next episode,
Girl,
Ashley?
no, just get better. Let it be. Let something happen of note in the next episode. Come on. I know we're going to get the obligatory gardener, digging a hole with his shirt off. It's going to be tucked in his back pocket.
Like
The
something
sweat
new. It's gonna
beads.
be
Yeah.
something new
The
with
sweat beads are
finale.
going to be dripping down his back, and she's going to be there with her mint julep at the door, rubbing her decolletage, waiting.
Mint
Uh,
julep.
I'm saying, she's dramatic. She's gonna be rubbing her decolletage like, oh, I didn't I didn't know it could be such steam heat. Yeah, just something happened. Just something. Do like something with she who must not be named and Herbert. Let them have a blow up. Let them have a real conversation, a real situation as she's trying to still put out her special. I would honestly rather this be more career focused than men centered how it's been, but I mean, we'll see. Just girl, I honestly don't know what they're gonna do. I don't.
Lynn, I'm over there with you because I think they said any viewership is good viewership. And if you guys are going to hate watch, we're still making new seasons. You're still watching because at this point, it's like we're going out of our way not to be good. Joshua, that's what the people said. They said Carrie was fine. Okay, that's what the show told us. The Carrie was big fine, and we just gonna let her have it. Um, I'll be here for like, oh, like it's hot out, a lot of plowing. Oh, you plow so well. Okay. Yeah, Aiden's here. Whatever. Carrie just an awkward queen if she's nothing else. Like, girl, get it together. Carrie, we're old now. Let's go. Let's be reassured and self-assured and get this D. Okay? We ain't gotta wait on Aiden. But I'm interested in that. I don't want to see them damn kids. I don't want to see those kids. The more we see Lily and them, it lets me know that you guys have no clue or no intent on doing anything real with our main cast of women. I don't want to see them kids no more. I want to get back into Charlotte, the work of it all. Like, especially in this climate and, works, place politics and how things have changed so much versus when they were in the workforce, kind of the Me Too of it all. Like, we could be getting into so many different avenues as far as what's politically correct now and what's not. This would be so good. They got so much backlash like after the fact for like, oh my god, you guys were saying and doing this here. But it's like we are hyper fixated on being politically correct now that we can't even call anything out, even within our own sister circle space, to go, Carrie, hell no. Miranda, hell no. It's like, well, if that's what you want to do, I mean, I'm happy for you. Like, we don't want to hurt anybody's feelings in the public, the audience, and we don't want to hurt each other's feelings in the show. It's just a little bit too PC for me. Everything is just very safe. And the show was a lot of things, but it wasn't safe. It was fun, and it's not fun anymore. I want to see Miranda ingratiate herself a bit more in this workspace so we can get into that. Hell, maybe somebody's, a lesbian there. Okay, well, maybe you're coming at it wrong. Okay, let's go out and I'm going to kind of like something. Carrie and Charlotte of women, of a certain age, of your age, and we ain't nowhere near that. Go, go hang out with your folks, like something. Um, Charlotte, just do anything. Get back to
Something.
Charlotte. Get back to Charlotte. Get back to your soul. Get back to your husband, your relationship. Spice it up. Do something. Seema, just pick a side. Pick a side and stand on it. If she's gonna be bachelorette for life because there is no compromising, I want to see her having the finest of the finest on the show and the sex. Like, be the Samantha girl. When we see you, you supposed to be climbing the wall. And getting her done. Okay, you can go. Sleep where? You don't need to sleep here. Get on out of here. Hotation. Let's go. Who else? Is that everybody? Oh, Lisa Chow, Lisa and Herbert. Just do anything. Just have an argument. Let that man know you need more. We don't need so many moments of every single season she's compromising. And he's like, oh, yeah, you have a job too. That's what it's going to be every single season when you're not over there with your son. No. And high key, Boris was right there if y'all needed a fine man. Y'all could have called Boris and he could have been the husband, but I guess that would have been too much like right. But I just hope something gets better and we progress them in a really great way and the show shifts. That's probably wishful thinking, but I can do that. I can do that. Ashley, anything else before we get out of here?
Yes, you guys, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard tonight, we will be watching Love Island season 3, or excuse me, season 7, episode 4. So join us for that watch along. It's open to all. It'll be fun. Tomorrow, we will be talking about Straw, Tyler Perry's new movie that came out on Netflix today. I liked it. They hated it. I think the discussion is going to be a fun time. And then we have Blockbuster Movie Night for the members only tomorrow. And then Sunday, we have our special segment, The Collective News, where we'll be talking about hot topics, trending things, and diving into some other areas. So make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you have the notification bell hit so you don't miss a thing.
Child, Sylvia, if Lisa had an affair, that would make my go ahead, make my day. That would make my day. Y'all heard what the lady said. Be sure that you're commenting. Once we end this live in the comment section pop up, that is the main source to push a video out, and we would love to be here talking sex. I want to talk Sex in the City so bad. Talking and just like that with you guys on a regular basis. So please show us some love in the chat and let us know how you feel about the show, the commentary, and maybe some of your predictions. How can we fix and just like that? We will see you guys shortly for Love Island, and you guys have a good night. Thank you so much for spending time with us.